And share my screen. Um, okay, here's where I wanted to be. So I wanted to look at our leaderboard super quick. Um, Elsie shouting you out for being at Success Club already this month. And Liz and Sarah Riss are on the board with 2 points. So, gosh, you guys, we have lots of time left in the month. It's only the 17th, which I was actually thinking to myself, okay, we're like halfway through the month. Um, I'm so off because of being on vacation and just like don't know if I'm coming or going, but I'm ready to get my head in the game and kind of wanted to talk to you guys about your plan for the next 2 weeks of the month and how we can leverage that promo code that is expiring at the end of this month to help us all hit Success Club or hit, whatever benchmarks we're working to achieve. So keeping that in mind, we're halfway through the month. So now we really should start thinking about next month. What are we going to do in April? Which I know is like, okay, Erin, we're only 2 weeks into Fit Wars. Like we just submitted our points. Like this seems a little early, but I think it's fun to start talking about it already. And especially with the promo code, you can really use that. Like, hey, this is the best deal you're gonna get. Um, it's like really truly an amazing deal. Even talking about how it's less than $20 a month. I usually do that. Like it breaks down to such a doable cost. Um, but if we can get people excited and tell them, honestly, like this will give you enough time to get your package in the mail. It'll give you time to look everything over, kind of get your bearings, see what the group is like, and then plan to start with us for April. I feel like April 1st is a Monday. Yeah. So it's like the first, or it's like the perfect day one. So we need to be planning ahead for that. So that is something that I want you guys to think about. And I have not really started thinking about what I'm going to do. I need to reach out to Leah and see if she has any thoughts, but I just thought we should all kind of start thinking about that, making a plan. I know some of you guys have been talking about some beginner like groups. And I kind of talked about that a little bit and thought it was going to be a big thing, but then it ended up the 2 people I thought were going to sign up are like still ghosting me a week later. So they didn't actually finish their share cards. Um, so I don't know if that is a good focus, like if you want to keep going with that or if you want to switch it up. But I just thought, let's plan ahead, give everyone the chance to get everything they need to start fresh April 1st. It's kind of that perfect little matchup there. So that's one thing I wanted to talk about. Um, I also want to shout out Liz. You guys, this is not an excuse, but I was seriously between Thursday, Friday, and yesterday not sleeping. And Tiffany, I know you do this all the time. I don't know how you do it, but like, I mean, I dozed here and there, but we tried to sleep. So I don't know if you guys have ever flown internationally. We had to pick up our luggage and the like recheck was closed by the time we got in. It was like 11 o'clock at night. So we couldn't like recheck our bags. So we had to wait outside of security for the morning to like recheck in, recheck our bags, re-go through security. So we weren't like inside the gates, we were outside. So it was like we were trying to sleep with the chaos of like the beeping in Logan of like, oh, the flights coming in all night long and just people everywhere. And it was just like, yeah, forget it. We like played cards and just it wasn't happening. And then driving home 3 hours, we had to alternate between the two of us because we both kept falling asleep. Um, and then just we had the kids, we had the dog, we had all the things. So it was just nuts. So anyway, I totally missed Liz hitting Emerald on Thursday. That's the moral of the story. And I was just checking for Success Club points tonight. And I was like, oh my gosh, what a freaking rock star. So I wanted to shout out Liz for hitting Emerald. Yay! And shouted her out in the coach family page and in our group chats. I think I checked all of that, but wanted to mention that on the call. So excited for her. She's just working super hard behind the scenes and, is one of those people, like, she asks questions here and there, but, I'll look and she will have done some things and just is rocking it on her own. So, um, the Success Club trip, I talked about that a little bit in our group chat. Just really have no idea what next year is going to look like. I did meet a girl who said that, and this makes sense. I know there are some financial things that Body is kind of trying to work through, just like every other company, but she also said that they signed 2-year contracts. So they would have signed a 2-year contract with Hard Rock in Punta Cana, and they would have signed a 2-year contract with Hard Rock in Riviera Maya. And so it makes sense that now they're kind of like starting fresh and doing something different because they're out of those contracts that they would have signed. Um, so I am super curious what is going to happen, what it's going to be like. All I know is it sounds like it's going to be more wide open than whatever the fall thing is, which is, I guess, more of like a leadership thing, with a 2-star qualification, lifetime 2-star. So anyway, I want literally all of us to be there next year, whatever it is, wherever it is. It was so fun. And it was different this year because the other years I've gone, I've not been on the trip with like the rest of our bigger team. So like um Tiffany and Hallie and Leah and I went last year. The year before it was me and Leah and like some random people, but I've never been with like our bigger team. So that was really fun to get to hang out with some of those girls. I kind of did my own thing a little bit. I'm definitely a beach girl, and they are definitely party pool people, or the majority of them were, which is not really my thing, but I did it a little bit just to be social. Um, and so, yeah, it was really fun, just kind of hanging out with those girls and meeting up for pictures and workouts. And we tried to do dinner all together, but it just wasn't, it was too big of a group to try to do that. They told us it would be like a 2-hour wait, and it was like 7 p.m. And we were like, yeah, okay, no. So we ended up doing our own thing for dinner, but that was so fun. And you guys, it would be so much fun if we were all there together. Like seriously. So I want you to start getting excited about that. I don't know what the earnings, like if it'll be Success Club, if we need to hit Success Club or what, but just just get excited. That's all I want is for you guys to get excited and be ready for um whatever qualification it is. Yeah, Sarah, I got in that pool. I was like, I'm not a pool person. But I did it anyways. Okay, next thing I want to talk about, I was gonna do a training, which I promise you guys I will. And maybe we can do another call another night for training, but I thought of so many announcements and things that I wanted to kind of talk through. And I know now that the Success Club trip is over, the next event is Summit, and I want to start talking about that. I know for some of you guys that are teachers, and maybe just don't know your work schedule that far out, it's hard to plan ahead. But just a reminder, summit dates are now, this has changed. They are now June 21st to the 23rd. My hotel room is still booked from the 19th to the 23rd because I booked it with the original dates in mind, getting there one day early. So I wanted to kind of get everyone's opinion. First of all, who is thinking about going? Second of all, last year we did an Airbnb, which I kind of decided I wanted to do a hotel room to just be closer. But now that it's only 2 days, um, I I would love to have us all be together. I don't know. Maybe I'm too much of a mom. But I loved having all of us in the same house. We went everywhere together. We um got to hang out afterwards together. We got food together. We did everything together. It was so nice. So I would love to get everyone's input. I You can cancel the hotel room anytime. And the same thing with the Airbnb, like the one that we booked last year, like you could cancel it. But I would love to do that. And I also want to pose this question to you guys too, because I know a lot of you guys, when I did those um, beginning of the year goal check-in forms, a ton of you said your goal was to hit Success Club and also to hit Diamond this year. So those of you who already are Diamond, we would come up with some other qualification probably for you. But if you have not hit Diamond and you're working towards it, you would like to hit it, what if you hit Diamond and your housing at Summit was paid for? Would that make you want to go to Summit? Because I know, like, airplane ticket, Summit ticket, food is a consideration also, although it's less days. But if I were to pay for the Airbnb for those that rank advance, essentially, would that entice you to go to Summit? Because I am telling you, Summit is where my business changed. Going to Summit the first time is when my business went from, I want it, but like, I didn't see it for myself. I don't think I believed in myself. I don't know what it was, but I was just kind of going through the motions and I was stuck in the same place month after month after month after month. And I really feel like I felt the power of being around other people and saw what's possible with this business. And that's when the game changed for me. And I think just like being a part of our, like, again, our whole big team and all the things, there's nothing like it. So if it is something that you think you could swing or you're open to talking about, and if having your housing paid for, if you're like, yes, I want to hit Diamond, like this is the perfect push, I would love to like line that up and come up with some sort of qualification where we could make that happen, because I want all of you there. Every single one of the girls in our group chat, I want us all there. So I would love to have like the biggest house with all the people, and we'll cuddle and share beds and all the things. Yes, Sarah, Risser, Kelsey, and Hallie, I know for sure. I would love to hear. I know some of you guys have talked about it, but would love to hear from everyone else what your thoughts are. So that is what I was going to talk about with Summit. And then also kind of tossing around the idea of some sort of retreat as well. And I kind of talked about doing this last year, and then I know timing is hard, but we will be in Maine in August for my grandma's 90th birthday, and my brother is also getting married. So we'll be there at the beginning of August. So I know that's before school starts for all of my teacher friends. Hopefully that's before hunting season for Tiffany. I'm not sure. Oh, she's giving me the thumbs up. Yes. Okay. So the rest of you, does anybody else have anything? Those are the things I know about for sure. So it would be August, my grandma's party. Oh, guys, let me get this calendar up. My grandma's party is August 4th, and my brother's wedding is August 8th. So we would be there already those days. And I could potentially, I mean, we could do something before or probably after. I got to check with Josh and see when his Coast Guard drill is and stuff that month. But now how do I get rid of this? I just wanted to, there we go. See if you guys would be interested in some sort of retreat. So like think, I'm trying to think of when the last one was. When I went with Sarah Resser to Destin for the retreat with Jess and her team. So we stayed in an Airbnb on the beach or near the beach. Food is paid for, housing is paid for. It would be in Maine or New Hampshire somewhere, or New England. So somewhere where you guys wouldn't have to fly. But the more I think about it, the more I want to do like some sort of beach thing, because I just think that's so fun and not somewhere any of us would probably go super often. So I would love to do that. So Think about that. I'll put some polls up in our group chat since you guys are super quiet in this chat. But tell me your thoughts on that. Are you motivated by retreats? I'm like, FOMO is real in my life and I will do anything to get there, but I know not everybody feels that way. So tell me, I would love to hear everyone's thoughts on retreats, on summit, all the things. Okay, so let's start thinking about plans for April. If anybody has any really awesome ideas, I would love it. I'm trying to think themes that we've done in the past, and I can't really think right now. Um, but I really think that the more consistent you can be with inviting to something. Oh, I know one other thing. The more, and I've said this like 100 times, and you guys are probably so sick of hearing it, but seriously, the consistency of sharing, even though you feel like you're a broken record, even though you're like, they've got to be sick of hearing about this. If they're sick of hearing about it, they won't follow along anymore. Okay. So keep sharing. They're interested. If they're following along, they're interested. I also wanted to throw this out there. Sarah Risser, Hallie, and I are going to do a webinar tomorrow. Just kind of did the spur of the moment, decided we need to do something kind of coming off the Success Club trip, where we've been talking about partnering a lot. So if you have anyone in the back of your mind that you're like, they would be a really good partner, someone who maybe has given you a price objection that you could go back to and say, hey, have you ever thought about doing this with me? You could share your journey, you could help some other people, you could earn enough to make back your initial investment and more, but to kind of get you started and then see where it takes you. You're not locked into anything. There's no minimums or like sales requirements or anything. And you'll get training from my whole team. So that's kind of my go-to if someone has a price objection, is kind of giving them the option to share their journey. But if there's anyone that comes to mind, if you have a friend who you're like, oh, I would love to have them on the team with us, they would be so awesome. I have thought that about every single one of you. Like, you just kind of get a feeling, I feel like. And with Fit Wars, if there's anyone that you are like, they would be awesome, they would be such good coach, reach out to them, invite them. Webinar. Yes, Tiffany. Tomorrow night at 8 Eastern, 8 p.m. Eastern is when we're going to do the webinar. I didn't want to log in before I logged in here, but I need to log into Jess's Zoom because it'll make her like verify me. And then I'll get a link and I'll send it in our team chat so you can send that out. But also, like, tomorrow you could share just about what has changed since you became a partner. Do you have more confidence? Are you more consistent on your own journey? Have you made some extra money? Like, it doesn't have to be big. I know when I first started, I was not thinking that I would be making any sort of extra, like, I don't know. I didn't even really have a number in mind. It was just like, I just want some extra money. Like, I wasn't thinking big scale. So don't feel like, even if you're, you know, contributing to the groceries or contributing to the mortgage, or like you could say it that way, with your paychecks. And even if they're not consistent, it's still something. So whatever it is, I would share that and just say, hey, like, if this could benefit you, if you think you need some more accountability on your journey, no one will ever know that this is an option for them if we don't talk about it. And they'll never want to do it if you don't share what it's doing for you. It's just like our health and fitness journey, guys. So throwing that out there. I do also have another option later on in the week. I'm still kind of trying to fill that option out. It's being run by someone else. I joined this like little push group kind of thing, to just kind of get me more consistent on sharing, partnering. And they're doing this come see what we do on 322 Facebook group, where there's going to be like an hour of live videos from random people. And they're just going to be talking about like what their kind of biggest objection was with partnering and how they overcame it. So like fear of sharing on social media. I don't have followers. I'm not consistent on my health and fitness journey. I don't have results. Like, just kind of talking through some of those things. And so I'm I wish I could see what it's gonna be like before I invite people to it, but I might just offer it up as an option. So there's that option as well. But first up is the webinar tomorrow night. So everyone's Zoom cameras are off. If you guys want to hop on, that would be awesome too. And you can ask questions if you have any, whatever. But okay, I will stop my share and do our boomerang and then tell me in our team chat, you guys, what your thoughts are on all the things I threw at you. And get excited. All the announcements, summit, all the things. I am so excited. Okay. Ready? Oh, Sarah's coming. Is she coming or is she not coming? No. It was like she's trying. Oh, now it's dark, Sarah. Okay, I'm gonna do a boomerang without her, I guess. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Okay. Thank you for joining, ladies. That's okay, Sarah. No worries. Have a great week. See you later.